Hey everybody, Rorree here. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so today we are going to start our day with some four agreements cards. Four agreements. I read this book so many years ago. I don't even know when I read the book. Like, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago. I don't know. I remember my aunt introduced me to the book. She told me about it and said, "Hey, Rory, you got to read this book." So I got the book, read the book many, many moons ago. But anyway, it was really a good book. And a young lady that I work with in my spiritual practice, she mentioned to me that I should read this book. And I was like, oh, I did. And then when I went online looking, I found the Oracle card. So I said, hey. So anyway, so we're going to start our day with an Oracle card right now. And those of you who don't know, we are working on keeping our vibrations high in this world of craziness and a little bit of madness. It's good to work on keeping your own vibration vibrating very high. You know, it's so easy to fall into low vibrations. It's so easy to even pick up other people's vibrations that aren't vibrating so high. So every day, each and every day, we work together to keep our vibrations high, to raise our frequencies. And you can do this in many different ways. The way we're going to start off is by listening to and maybe repeating some positive statements out into the universe, speaking it into our vicinity. You know, that's one way of raising your vibration, saying positive things about yourselves. So anyway, I'm not going to get into all of that because I talk about all that all the time. But first, I want to start. One thing that I do to keep my vibration high is I wear natural stones. I love natural stones. This one, I don't know if you could see it, but it's called Larimar. It is so pretty. It's like this, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like this bluish aqua like color. I got it from this amazing gemstone wholesaler. He's a jeweler. And he does the wrapping. He wraps in copper. It's just so pretty. And I love the chains that he puts the pieces on. So I don't know if you could see it or not. I'm sorry if you can't, but it's called Larimar. You can look it up. His name is the name of his company is Totally You. You know, my name is Totally Rorree. His name is Totally You. I thought that was so coincidental. Anyway, look him up. He's on Instagram, Totally You. His pieces are very affordable and very beautiful. He crafts. I just love it, the way he crafts the copper wiring around the pieces. So anyway, this is called Larimar. Let me see. I looked up what it means. Larimar is said to enlighten and heal in a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual way. It stimulates the heart, throat, third eye, and crown chakras, facilitating inner wisdom and outer manifestation. It represents peace and clarity, radiating healing and love energy. Woo! That sounds fabulous. So anyway, check him out. Totally You. Totally, TOTALLY, and then the letter U. And he's on Instagram. All right. So anyway, we are going to get started. All right. So the card that popped out for you guys today, it says, don't make assumptions. Ask for what you want. Don't make assumptions. Ask for what you want. And okay. So I'm looking at the picture and it's very interesting. The picture is of the ground, and then there is a plant coming out of the ground. But when you look at the dirt or the soil or whatever it is on the ground, it looks like there is a man breathing out this plant, you know. So don't make assumptions. Ask for what you want. So speak out what it is that you desire. speak your truth, say what you want. And too often I'm noticing right now, dealing with little people, that sometimes they don't say exactly what it is they want. They don't say what they mean. And they're assuming a whole lot of things and getting all bent out of shape over freaking nothing. Let me tell you, absolutely nothing. Okay. They're just getting all bent out of shape. So it's really, really important to express what it is that you want. And that's using your throat, using your throat chakra, your fifth chakra. It's also just tapping into your heart self and coming from a place of pure love, coming from your heart center and expressing what it is that you desire. So that is the front of the card. Okay. All right. And now I'm going to read the rest, the back. And I just got these cards. They actually just got delivered. So y'all are the first to hear what these, me expressing the sentiments on these cards. Okay. So it says, find the courage to ask for what you want. Others have the right to tell you yes or no, but you always have the right to ask. So what does that say? Find the courage to ask what you want. Others have the right to tell you yes or no, but you always have the right to ask. Okay. So they have the right to say yes or no, or they can agree or disagree, but no matter what, you always have the right to ask. Okay. Likewise, everybody has the right to ask for what they want. And you have the right to say yes or no. So we all have the right to ask for what we desire, to ask for what we want. And if we're asking of someone else, then they have the right to say yay or nay to that. Yes or no. Yeah, I want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. Or whatever the situation may be. And I feel like we have to allow people the ability to be who they are. Oftentimes we want people to agree with us, and we want people to believe what we have to say and do what we're doing and follow the same path that we're on. And we really have to remember that everybody is on their individual path. Everybody has their individual thoughts. Everyone wears their own sunglasses. These are mine. These are my glasses. Not my sunglasses. But if you put my glasses on and you have a different type of vision than I do, I barely have an issue, even though I feel like I'm not even going to speak anything that is not positive right now. But anyway, these are just some lightweight glasses for me. But if you really need glasses, when you put my glasses on, you're not going to be able to see very well, and if I put yours on, I may not be able to see very well. And we have to remember that everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has their own journey, and not everybody is going to agree. And guess what? If someone doesn't agree, who cares? That's their opinion. They have the right to have their own opinion, just like you do. We all have the rights to have our own opinions, our own thoughts, our own everything. And we should not be upset or angry because someone's opinion is different than ours. It just is, And over the next few days, while we're doing our little 14-day challenge to keep our vibrations high, meaning refrain from having loose, negative conversations, negative vibrating feelings, just trying as hard as possible to keep it up high. While we're doing this, we might want to, if we disagree or someone else has a different opinion, okay, all right, well, let's agree to disagree then. Simple as that. It's really, who's going to die? I read this book a long time ago when I used to do network marketing, and it was called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, because in reality, it's all small stuff. And one of the things that I learned from that book was like, 5 years from now, even 1 year from now, what difference will it make if you had a difference of opinion than I did? Is anybody going to die because you had a difference of opinion? Now, if somebody's going to die, then, that might be a different set of things to talk about. And, there are things going on right now on this planet that if you make this decision, you could die. So, if it's a situation like that where someone could die, then that might be a bigger deal to be paying attention to. But right now, we're just keeping it pretty simple. So I'll read this again. Don't make assumptions. That's first thing. Don't make assumptions. You know what they say about assumptions. It makes a ASS out of you, M-E, you and me, but when you assume. Okay, so anyway, so we are not going to assume. Speak your truth. Don't be afraid that someone's going to disagree with you, because guess what? If they disagree, who cares? It's just words, no, I'm not feeling that. Those are just words. Yes, those are just words. When you assume, you might be totally wrong. I was dealing with a young person the other day, and they were upset with one person, and it's three of them, and one is upset with this one, and so they're assuming that everybody's upset, and everybody was not upset. And I'm like, I'm not really feeling intuitively that everybody is upset. Why don't you just ask? And then when the question was asked, of course, everybody was not upset. So anyway, so now, don't make assumptions and ask for what you want. And so this assumption, if you look at this picture, this assumption is that you're just looking at dirt and there's a plant, but really there's a person there. It looks like there's a person there, and he's breathing life to something green. So that's what I am thinking, and it means, but guess what? It can mean something totally different. So I'm not going to assume, but that's just what this picture means to me. All right. And so find the courage to ask for what you want. Others have the right to tell you yes or no, but you always have the right to ask. Likewise, everybody has the right to ask for what they want, and you have the right to say yes or no to them. All right, y'all, let's start our day with some high vibrations. All right. So, high vibrations, pulling little affirmation cards, speaking something out loud to the world that day, wearing nice pieces like this, Larimar, totally you, on Instagram. What else could you do? Listening to Solfeggio music, the music that has high vibrations. A lot of music that you're hearing on the radio and stuff like that, that music is programmed to deliver you low vibrations. And that's on purpose. When you're delivered certain frequencies of music, or frequencies, period, it's easier to program your mind. So it's easier for a person to program your mind to think whatever it is that you're spelling with your mouth. The things that you're saying out of your mouth, you're repeating after these people. I've heard some of these artists like talking about, they're glad that they're in the garden of evil, and just craziness, right? And you're singing this stuff, somebody ate somebody's heart, and we just sing this stuff because the beat is nice, right? Not knowing that we are affirming such negativity into our lives, and it's so much. I'm not even going to get on music, but you need to start paying attention. When you're listening to that music on the radio, start listening to those lyrics and start asking yourself, do I really want to speak these things out into my life? Because when you are speaking it out, you are casting a spell on yourself or whoever you're speaking about within those songs, and on top of that, the frequency that music is vibrating on is vibrating at a frequency to cast a spell on you, to program you. Okay, so that's what that's all about. It comes from television as well. It is developed to give you low vibrating frequencies that are used to manipulate you and trance you so that you believe whatever lies are being told. Okay, so that you program yourselves with these lower vibrational lyrics that have these lower vibrational frequency music right behind it, okay? Even though it sounds funky and you can groove to that music, be careful, pay attention, all right? So anyway, so those are just a couple of little tips. I'm gonna give you a couple tips every day on what you could do to keep your vibrations high. All righty. And if I am redundant, if I say the same things over and over, that's just what I'm going to do. What I learned in my journey being an educator, being a coach, is that sometimes it takes a person 7 times hearing the same thing before they get it. So if I say it over and over, believe me, I know what I'm doing. All right. Because you might not hear me until the 7th time. All righty. Some of y'all could be 14 times. So whatever. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. Ashe, ashe, ashe.